What is up, everybody? I am Cortland.
I am Justin.
And welcome to Better Off Reds, your sometimes weekly Reds talk show. I think, again, we've been doing better with that. I think, kind of.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
doing more so. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, because now we are live streaming on all three, I believe, correct?
Yeah, I actually just looked to make sure it's our first time live streaming on Twitter, and we are up and rolling. Twitter is by far our most active platform, so I'm glad we're able to bring that to you all in the Elon Musk Twitterverse.
So again, check us out every Thursday at 8:30 on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And the recordings of the show will go up shortly after, and the audio versions will go up on all your favorite podcasting apps later the same night. So how have you been, Justin?
Better than the Reds, that's for sure.
Everybody, I think, has been better than the Reds.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Staying busy. Yeah, that's really bad.
I'm wearing a hat of an NBA team because of how bad the Reds are doing. So
yeah, not great. No. When we left last week, things were significantly better than what they are right now. Yeah, how about you?
Same. It's one of those things of, just been busy with spring coming into kind of full swing and cutting grass and stuff. Been a little bit busier, and I've not really been caring to try and watch all the games. One, because they've been on so late, but two, like we said, it has just been kind of atrocious. And I know we're used to that on occasion with this team. So, I mean, I don't think it's too worrisome yet. There's a lot of games to play in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as of late, other than that, I'm doing great other than watching the Reds. But yeah.
So I guess let's talk into the reason we're all here tonight, which is to talk about the Reds. So when we last left you, they were about to head on a road trip to LA and San Diego. They were what, 2-5 at that time? 2-4? 2-4, I think. Yeah. Well, they're now on a 9-game losing streak, and it's just not going well for these Reds right now. Where to begin, man? Where to begin?
I mean, the thing I've been thinking about too, because we've been talking about this and we've been making notes and just we've been texting back and forth as the games have been going on. Like, again, there's a lot of games, so I'm not going to get super duper like salty about it. And two, everybody that we've played, either one has spent a gajillion dollars on their team or have been one of the hottest teams to start off the season so far.
That's true.
We've yet to play anybody that's either just average or garbage. They've all either been red hot or they have spent the money that they should be everything but average or garbage.
Yeah, so we played the Braves, who are defending world champs, played the Guardians, who aren't typically known for being a good team. I think their record is just okay, but they offensively have been on fire. Dodgers, who are the best team in baseball, and the Padres, who have made several big additions to become one of the best teams in baseball.
Right.
So yeah, it's just been kind of iffy.
and I think too, it's not to say, I know this doesn't count into anything, but like I'm sure games being on so late has not added to the boost to the confidence of the fans, just because like I know I don't care to watch them when they're at 10 o'clock at night. That is so hard to do. And when they're doing bad, it's almost like, like, oh, you got an important thing to do the next day and you stay up all night. Like, you're grumpy because just the situation. Like, it's not because like, oh, that thing you had to do so hard. It's you are just tired. And like, I don't want to watch games and they're doing bad. So it's like one thing on top of the other. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to think. I'm very confused, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's just dive into it. So they've lost 9 in a row, right?
Yep.
They've scored 18 runs in those 9 games, but that's 2 runs a game on average.
Right.
Their opponents over those 9 games have scored 59 runs.
That's insane.
That
is a huge differential. Gee whiz.
Yeah. So not only are they not scoring runs, they've also now turned at least a third of their starting lineup, they're now on the injured list.
Right.
India, Stevenson, Naquin, Castillo's still there, Solano's still there, Moustakas is there now. I mean, we got Senzel back,
right.
but we
His
had
was
like 3 more to it. So
right, and I think the other ones are a little bit more severe than Senzel's, because Senzel's was just sickness, if I'm not
he was on
mistaken.
the COVID IL, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is. I did some digging into numbers today. Okay.
Okay.
During the road trip only, the Reds had a 159 batting average, a 29.2% strikeout rate, a 229 on base percentage, a 241 slugging percentage, and a WOBA of 221. Their strikeout rate is the highest in all of Major League Baseball during that period. Their average, OBP, and slugging and WOBA are all the second worst in all of baseball during that period.
Whiz.
So on paper, they are the second worst hitting team in all baseball that strikes out the most.
Right.
I mean, that just sucks.
Who's number one? Do we know?
I didn't write that down. Probably the Athletics, at the moment.
Yeah.
Their fans are boycotting them, essentially.
Yeah.
They have like 2,000 fans in the seat. And I'm telling you right now,
it looks bad.
That could happen. I actually looked up tickets for, I think it was this Friday's game. Or no, it was the Joey Votto bobblehead night. May 7th. I looked up tickets for that. There are tickets everywhere, man. I mean, that's not going to be a packed house. And bobblehead night on a Saturday.
And it's a Star Wars bobblehead, too. Normally, like the Star Wars nights are huge.
Yeah, I mean, there are tickets for Reds everywhere in that stadium for that night. You look at the map, the stadium map, and there's like not one section that's sold out.
Man, I saw Hunter Green tweeted today pleading for the fans to show up for this series.
And I would love to see him pitch. I would.
Oh, yeah. And I think hopefully, he'll get to, but it's just, I don't know. I don't want to give up, but that's the good and bad thing about baseball. There's so many games. I'm not worried because every one of the teams right now, we are last in the Central by a fair amount. So Cardinals 7-3.
For now, they're losing to 3. I'm watching the game right now. They're losing to the Marlins at the moment in the top of the 7th, 3-0. So go Marlins.
So they may be 7-4, which would put the Brewers back in first. They're 8-5 currently. Cubs are 6-6, and Pirates are 5-7, and we are at 2-11. So
the Pirates, man, the freaking Pirates
are 5-7, and
oh my gosh,
they have nobody. That's the thing. I mean, I know we're kind of down, and we got rid of some good guys, but we have people. I mean, we have players, and it's just a slump.
When they traded away Winker, Suarez, Gray, Garrett, let Castellanos go, I knew that this wasn't going to be a winning season. All right, I think everyone deep down knew.
Right.
They're not making the postseason this year. There's still that preseason optimism, that spring training optimism, but I didn't expect them to be worse than the Pirates near the end of April.
No. Oh no, not anywhere. If anything, the same. They're a good bit above us right now. I mean, 3
but
games
the Pirates haven't. I do think, and I would bet money that as of right now, the Reds have had the toughest schedule of anybody.
Yeah. It hasn't been easy.
They're still Major League Baseball players.
Right. So. And everybody is slumping. It would be different if we were losing close games and it's like, oh man, we're just crushing it and pitching's great. We're playing really good teams. We're playing really good teams and kind of getting our freaking butts handed to us.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like Justin said, we are the first worst in batting average.
We're the worst. Yeah.
First worst in batting average.
Worst in strikeout percentage.
Worst in strikeout.
And everything else.
Second worst in everything else. But something that has been kind of on the positive note within these last couple series is that good old Tommy Pham, who didn't have a single hit the last time we talked, has kind of did what he said he was going to do. He's wanting to get numbers. He had a resurgence against his former squad, the San Diego Padres. And during that entire road trip that they've been out west, he has hit for 261 with 2 homers, both homers being in back-to-back nights against the Padres. So that was good. He's kind of got the monkey off his back, hopefully, right now. But then we move into Tyler Mahle, who is kind of still struggling. He's not great. He's not awful, but he's somewhere in the middle, and you would think he's kind of our ace, really. just with how he's he's the elder statesman, I guess, in the group. Really, I mean, everybody else is so young / rookies that he kind of needs to be the main dude until Castillo comes back, if he does. But Hunter Green, one of the rookies, is continuing to do great. He set the record the other night for 39 pitches in a game over 100+ miles per hour. And not only were they fast, man, it just does blow my mind how fast he throws and how much movement he can put on the ball at that speed. I mean, everything he throws moves, and even if it's 102 miles an hour. So yeah, love to see that. That's great for the future. Even if, like Justin said, we all kind of thought deep in our minds, if we were being optimistic, that this isn't going to be a winning season. Future looks bright. And Nick Lodolo kind of made a little bit of a comeback in his second come out. He did much better than he did with the first start that he had. So yeah, future looks bright. I'm not terribly upset with that pitching. I normally don't get excited about, but hey, it's the only thing I got right now. So
yeah,
I like seeing what I'm seeing. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Mahle is kind of a curious case right now. He's getting beat up quite a bit. He's had moments where he has been like just a little bit worse than his normal self, but like he's kind of just really been beat up.
Right.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, he started so strong against Atlanta, and then it's just kind of the wheels have fallen off a little bit the last couple outings. So I hope he figures it out soon, because he's kind of been the most consistent pitcher, one of them, for the last couple of years. So it'd be nice if he could figure that out. Lodolo, he did look much better. Hunter Green, man, he is so electric. I want to go catch a game where he's pitching soon.
Right.
I really might try to do that the next week or so. Whenever he pitches again, I think he pitches this weekend on Friday.
Yeah. Friday.
I can't make Friday game. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just been such a mixed bag.
It has. It has.
Mainly a bag of spoiled chips.
Something that generally, when it happens with our team, either makes some kind of headline sports news, and it kind of did this. I think this one kind of did. It was kind of going around the MLB for a little bit. But Tyler Stevenson kind of got blasted by Luke Voigt against one of the games in the Padres. We have the video for it, and so Justin texted me when this happened, and I saw it when it did happen, and we were talking about it. I kind of don't necessarily think it was that dirty. I mean, he got blasted in the head, but he was in the line of the plate, and that's what happens when you're a catcher. If you block the plate, they can run right through you. He kind of tried to get out of the way, but at the same time, he's still trying to make the tag, so he didn't give himself up. He still kind of tried to make the play, and he did. He got the out. But some people were absolutely livid. What was your thoughts when you first saw it?
I don't think it was clean. I do get what you're saying. He's reaching in to get the tag.
Right.
It's all about the hands for me with Luke Voigt. He comes down, basically shoves him away.
Yeah.
I'll play it again. Like he just like shoves his head away. And of course he has a concussion. So, I mean, look at that. He just comes down, just like bashes his head in. I mean, that's the dirty part for me, not the slide. It's the bashing of the head. And it's definitely caused some, I mean, yeah, that angle right there to me is the most incriminating one. And I know people, I think Chris Welch said it wasn't dirty. I'm just watching this over and over again, man. And like, that just seems brutal. Like, I just don't know how that particular part wasn't dirty. I don't think the slide was.
Right. But to give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt, he did not have a good slide. I think if he got down sooner, I don't know if he saw Stevenson kind of get out of the way like he did at first and thought, okay, well, he's going to be out of my general direction. I can kind of still try to run through it. And then Stevenson puts his head back in the way. And he's like, well, shoot, I got to go down. I can't just straight knee this dude in the face. And it was kind of awkward. So I don't know. you're right. The hands coming down, but again, Luke Voigt is a big dude.
Yeah, he is.
So it's probably awkward for him to slide at a moment's notice.
Probably. I mean, yeah, I do think that. I mean, I don't think he was running at the plate thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna give him a concussion."
Right? No.
I don't think that was his mindset. But I don't think, huh?
I was gonna say we've seen some so much worse. I mean, we have seen guys get just absolutely annihilated trying to block home plate. So I know he got a concussion. I'm not trying to downplay the severity of the situation, but I just think it was a bad timing / bad placement of his body. I think both parties were kind of to blame. But yeah, it does suck because I love Stevenson, and to get a concussion really screws us. Garcia is the backup, and I don't really know much about him. Do you know anything?
He had a good spring. Yeah, he's been okay so far. No, not a rookie. No.
Okay.
So Stevenson, he did retweet John Boy's video of the clip and said the only thing that matters is he was out. And then if you notice down here, AG replied to that tweet and says, "Glad you're okay. I'm not happy about this slide." And if you're watching at home, the Padres and the Royals play each other in August, I believe. So
okay,
I hope we get to see some of that AG that we remember in that game. Let's see here. The comment doesn't want to load. We have a comment. Okay, Adam Porter says these guys are professionals, and that wasn't a professional slide. Maybe he didn't mean to hurt him, but he was definitely trying to break up the play. Yeah, I agree. And the slide was awkward, and like you'd mentioned, Cortland, he is a big guy.
Right.
But it's all about the hands for me. It's all about like him coming down with both hands.
But and again, Stevenson's head was the only thing in the way. I think, like Adam said in his comment, he's trying to break it up. It's what you do when a dude's there. And I think it would have been different if Stevenson's whole body was there. This would have been nothing.
5-0 Marlins, by the way.
Oh man, heck yeah!
All right. I know.
Good for us. So that's the thing. I think as a baseball player that played, and like, it's not to say we laid people out in high school or anything, but like, you knew that was kind of the unwritten rule. You break the ball, you try to get the ball out of the glove. If you've got to score that run, or you have a chance to score that run,
but the glove, the ball wasn't in his face mask.
I know, but he laid in front of it.
Concussions just make me really nervous,
right?
Because that's something that honestly, like, can affect him the rest of his career.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see his career get derailed by a bad slide,
right?
And some hands that were thrown. We do have a few, one more tweet. Oh, that's tiny. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to zoom in on that because I can't even read that. So Mark Sheldon said that some Reds were mad that Luke Voigt for his collision in Tyler Stevenson. Let's see. If Luke wants to settle it, I get down real well, said Tommy Pham. Anything, Muay Thai, whatever. He also had some colorful language after that. Then someone on Twitter replied to Tommy Pham and said, "Watch what you wish for. Luke might just take you up on that offer." And Pham said, "Bring it. I don't hire people to train me how to protect myself for blanking fun. There's a confidence in knowing you can protect yourself and someone in need." So Tommy Pham wants to kill Luke Voigt.
Yeah. I wonder if there was some hostility there, which Voigt hasn't always been there. Was he there when Pham was?
No, he just got traded there from the Yankees.
I was going to say. So
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know anything about Tommy Pham. I know he spent some time in San Diego, and I know that they do not like him, apparently.
Right.
That crowd was not receptive to him. I mean, I feel like when our guys come back, when Winker comes back, when AG comes back, when Suarez comes back, I feel like they're going to get a warm reception. They did not give Pham a warm reception at all.
I wonder if I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, which it didn't help that he just went off against them, and he's been being terrible. They were probably expecting him to come in and absolutely lay goose egg for the entire series, and he shoved it up their butts.
He did. But I did see a lot of people are split on Pham's reaction to it. And I get it. I mean, it's a little off-putting, but like, I do feel like if this would have been a year ago and it would have been Castellanos saying these things, we'd be like, yeah, go Castellanos, say all of these things, like, I feel like we would have. And maybe it's just because, I don't know, we've seen that fire from Castellanos. We haven't really had a chance to see it from Pham yet. And all of a sudden he comes in like going 0 to 60 in like no time.
Right.
Or Castellanos, it was kind of always that way. Clark's here tonight. Let's read what he has to say. Clark says, I thought it was a borderline dirty play, but at the end of the day, trying to judge him by his motives, not his actions. I do not think malice was intended. Sorry.
Jeez, you about to just put some words in his mouth.
I did. Clark also says, I do like Pham's fire. Nick was producing. Pham is not.
Yeah.
Valid point.
I think Castellanos is still producing too. That's the sad thing.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yep, that's the sad thing. So, all right. We've covered that. I think we can agree to disagree. It's kind of how the MLB world kind of feels about it too. It's very 50-50 split.
50-50 Cristobal?
Yeah, 50-50.
That comes back this weekend.
It does.
I can't wait.
Season 3.
Watch Barry on HBO. It's one of the best shows
very
ever.
Good. Very good.
50-50 Cristobal.
So let's move into the future. We have the Reds and the Cardinals. As we said, the Cardinals currently leading the division. If they lose this game, I believe it'll drop them. I don't know. It might not. They might be tied for first after this one if they lose. But right now they're sitting in first place. They're 7-3 until tonight is done. So game 1 of the Reds and Cardinals series is going to be Steven Matz, who's currently sitting at 1-1. Are you there? Or are you frozen?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm doing something.
Okay. So Steven Matz is currently sitting at 1-1. Is currently sitting at 1-1 with an ERA of 7.27 against Hunter Green, which is currently sitting at 1-1 with an ERA of 4.35. Moose against Matt is 4 for 6 with a homer and 2 RBIs, but is he going to be back?
Who? Moose? I think come
tomorrow.
Back the end of it. No, not tomorrow. I forget what day he was placed. He may miss this series.
Yeah. Okay. So it sucks that he was 4 for 6 against them because that'd be great. But maybe
he definitely will be back tomorrow.
I don't know who they're going to put in his place. Maybe they'll put Drury in or something. Hopefully they can get some of the Moose mojo and go 4 for 6 against them in the one game. That'd be great. So Tommy Pham against Steven Matz is 4 for 5 with a homer. So that would be fantastic. And Drury, like I said, against Matz, if he is in, he is 2 for 5 with a homer as well. So hey, the bats might come back alive starting in the first game of this series. It looks like we got some history that not only was good hitting, but kind of great hitting. Game 2 is Dakota Hudson, who's currently sitting at 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA, versus Tyler Mahle, who's sitting at 1-1 with a 7.82 ERA. Votto against Dakota Hudson is for the career is 5 for 20. Moose again, if he's back against Dakota Hudson, has went 3 for 11 with 2 of those 3 hits being home runs. Molina,
we probably won't have Moose though.
Yeah, we probably won't have Moose for that one either. Molina is 11 for 23 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs against Tyler Mahle. That is crazy numbers.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that one.
Same for Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
Goldschmidt's 8 for 23 with a double, triple, and a homer, and Arenado is 4 for 15. So, yikes, that is not good. Kind of a flip flop from game 1 to game 2.
Yep.
Moving into game 3 in the final game of the series. Adam Wainwright, who's currently sitting at 2-1 with the 2.81 ERA. Very good, very solid. Will be going up against Nick Lodolo, who has been better, but is still sitting at 0-2 at the moment with an 8.00 ERA. Votto, we have a lot more of a sample size here against Wainwright. A lot of these guys have been playing against each other for a while. So Votto against Wainwright for the career is 19 for 59 with 4 homers, 11 RBIs, and 8 walks. Very good numbers. Moran is 10 for 29 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Moose, if he can make it back for game 3, is 6 for 18 with a homer and 6 RBIs. Aquino is 1 for 6, but it was a homer. So, hey, if you get guys on base, maybe get some RBIs. And India is sitting at 3-5 against Adam Wainwright on the career.
Adam Porter says, don't get your hopes up. Feels like the guys have already mailed in the season. 4 hits a game isn't going to cut it, and I agree with you there. It does feel like I hate to say it, it does kind of feel like they've quit.
Which sucks, man. I mean, we got 100 and
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully there'll be some spark, that reignites. I mean, they're not going to win the World Series. They're not going to make the postseason. No. They're not probably won't even finish above 500. But it would be nice if they could.
They'll make the postseason and they'll get out of the first round.
That was your prediction.
Yeah. So
you said you would floss on air, I believe, if they don't.
I think I did that last time.
You said you would do that and you didn't.
But I predicted something right. What I don't remember what I made that for.
Clark agrees with Adam, I assume.
Yeah.
I've got this thing popping up over the comments, so I actually can't read the most recent comment, which is really annoying.
Well, gee whiz. What happened there?
I don't know. I had to click on it and hope that Clark didn't say the F word. Don't say the F word, Clark.
But yeah, no, I know. And again, it sucks that we're going into a series of another team that's kind of really hot right now. I think that we have so many new pieces in terms of the pitching and the lineup. And when guys are in and out of this lineup, we have a lot of random dudes that we don't know anything about really. So we're still kind of trying to find the footing. I think each series that goes by, we get a better idea. The pitching, I think we've got figured out, and which is weird for us because it's normally the other way around.
You think the pitching's figured out?
I mean, I think so. Well, we know who we got, and it's just up to them to perform in the games. I mean, I think last year it was so wishy-washy, and I'm not saying guys aren't wishy-washy right now, but the ones that are, other than Malley, are young. So I kind of give them benefit of the doubt. Tyler Malley needs to get his crap figured out. But other than that, I feel we're pretty solid in terms of what we know we can do.
Clark says, but here's the issue. Ownership has let us down. Frankly, I feel like David Bell? David Bell said we're getting better in a really weird way, which is my favorite quote.
Yeah, that was good.
The universe. I love it because I love that clip because he's like, I feel like we're getting better in a really weird way, and they're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I don't know."
Yeah. He had no reason.
You know who knows that, right? No, Hank. 50-50 Cristobal.
I bet nobody that listens to this podcast watches that show. They have no idea.
If you don't watch
Barry, what we're talking about.
You need to. It's top tier television. Adam says the only guys I see that are really trying are the starting pitchers. Not a lot of success, but they are grinding. And then there's another comment down here. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna let me click on it.
Click on it, I can see it.
There we go. Oh, F word failure. Okay. Yeah. No, I couldn't. It was behind that banner.
I can't see it on mine. It pops up on mine, but I probably have a different view than
Barry is incredible. See, nice, Clark. Sunday night. Let's see here. Let me get back to my notes. I was checking to make sure everything was working.
So I mean, how on a scale of 1 to 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, how done are you with having any hopes? Like, I'm not saying like not thinking it'll be fun to watch, not thinking it'll be like a good season of like future optimism. Like on 1 to 10, how much do you think it's done? Like just chalk it up as a loss. I'll watch games and enjoy what I can watch, and that's it.
I mean, this is not a winning baseball team. Even if they right the ship, they're not a postseason team. They're not built to be one. I mean, a lot of things would have to go right. Aquino would have to learn how to hit. Moose would have to learn how to play again. Votto would have to find his swing wherever it is.
Yeah.
Which he will. I mean, India's going to have India's bat will heat up. Votto's bat will heat up. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about Moose and Aquino because they probably won't. I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of faith that this team will win. Clark says minus 67. I don't.
Is that out of a 1 out of a 10? That's a really low number.
And Adam says, I'm going to tune in to watch Green and Lodolo. Yeah. I like watching Green. I like watching Lodolo. I like watching India. I like watching Votto. Stevenson when he's healthy. Hopefully he comes back soon. I mean, the team has some good players that I'm excited to watch and root for and watch grow.
Right.
I feel bad for David Bell. I mean, David Bell, when he signed on to manage this team, I feel like was probably told, "Hey, we're gonna spend some money."
He was promised the future, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. Clark says, "Yep, 1 out of 10, negative 67." So I feel like David Bell is like, I feel like he is the manager in Moneyball. but he's not being a jerk about it behind closed doors.
Right.
I feel like he's probably just like, yeah, I mean, you guys are going to just do this to me. So I'll just show up and get paid, man. I mean,
yeah. And it's one of those ones that you kind of, for a while, have wanted to be like, oh, it's David Bell. You know, he's not a good manager. But I think time has showed us, especially how this season has started with the opening day parade and the comments that were made and just how they're doing right now. He's not the problem, and I don't think he ever has been.
So this is Price was fired for a 3-15 record.
Yeah,
do you think Bell
saw that?
Do you think Bell suffers a similar fate? I actually don't.
I don't either. I think the owners know what they're doing, and I don't know though. That is kind of the thing. It's very sports and professional sports where money's involved are very scapegoaty. So if Castellini is still getting a ton of hate from the fans, he could be like, "Well, all right, we hear you. David Bell's out of here. We're going to make changes."
The fans know where the problem is. The fans are well aware that it's not David Bell.
That might not stop ownership from doing it because obviously they don't care to do other crap.
It's a win-win for David Bell. Either he works for the Reds and gets paid, or he's free to go to a team that'll actually maybe put an emphasis on winning. He may not be a manager, but he might, do this or that.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope they don't, though. I mean, I actually really like David Bell. I think pretty solid guy, pretty solid manager. Hang on, I got another. Clark says Crawl is useless. Is he actually paid real money? Clark also says owners know what they're doing. Are we talking? No, they know what they're doing in the sense that they know they're getting the team,
scapegoating and getting rid of people. Yeah,
not like, hey, we're gonna make a winning team and then they give us what they gave us. It's
They say that and then do the opposite because they know what they're doing. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the injury report, and it's depressing.
Yeah, very long.
So as we said earlier, Tyler Stevenson is on the 7-day concussion IL.
He got COVID from getting smacked in the head.
Jeez. Let's see here. Naquin's on the COVID IL. Could come back as soon as he's ready. There's no set minimum required time for that. Moose is on the IL for a biceps injury. Sims is expected back for this upcoming series versus the Cards. That's huge news. I'm super pumped that Sims is coming back. Got a few more comments here. Adam says, I don't think Phil and Bob thought that they were this bad. If guys aren't producing, I can see them taking it out on Bell. I mean,
yeah,
I can doing it too. I just hope they don't.
And I kind of agree. Like they couldn't have thought it would start like this. I know we don't have the pieces and we've played really hard teams, but you do have to have that optimism. But yeah, they couldn't think that. But I don't know. Adam might be right because
the Reds play the Cardinals, who are top in the division. Well, maybe second division. And then I think they play the Padres again right after.
Oh my gosh, man. It's just an onslaught.
Bring on the Cubs and the Pirates, please. Bring on the Athletics if they're on the schedule this year. I don't think they are.
Let me see.
Clark says, so they're liars.
Keep going through. I'm going to find the schedules.
Okay. Guerrero is swinging a bat and is set to be back in late May. Excited to get him back. Hopefully he can take over third, or Farmer can take over third. Luis Castillo will start his rehab assignment on April 24th. Jonathan India is still battling his hamstring injury and is not going to rush back. He talked about how hamstring injuries can really derail your career and how he's not going to risk that. Donovan Solano should begin a rehab assignment soon, and Mike Minor was temporarily shut down, but the eval showed no further damage, and he will begin throwing again soon. Clark says the winning streak could break 20. Do you mean the losing streak?
Dude, this is not good. The upcoming
Adam says
schedule.
We're going to be drowning in losses until we get the Pirates in town. All right, Cortland has the schedule. Cortland, let's hear it. And I hit my mic. I'm sorry for those of you.
Okay. It's not good. So, like we said, we have the Cardinal series coming up right after. We have a 3-game series with the Padres. Right after that, we have a 3-game series with the Rockies, who are currently sitting at 8-4. Right after that, 3-game series with the Brewers, currently sitting at 8-5. Then we get a 3-game series with the Pirates, which again, they're 3 games better than us right now. So 4-game series with the Pirates. So that's not a guaranteed anything. After that, another 3-game series with the Brewers. After that, another 4-game series with the Pirates. Those are our only real chances. That's only through the mid of May. We have 8 chances against the Pirates to pull out those ones. I think the other ones are going to be very against us. After the second series with the Pirates, The battle for Ohio happens again. 2 more games against the Guardians, who are still, I believe, doing pretty well.
In Cleveland?
In Cleveland, yes. And after that, a 2-game series with the Blue Jays, who are right now sitting on top of their division at 8-5.
Oh my god!
Then we
Are they
jump into
coming to
some.
town? Are they coming to Cincy?
Let me see. Blue Jays. Nope, at Toronto.
Bummer. I'd like to see Bichette and Guerrero.
And after that, we get some Cubs, but again, they're doing good in our division. So
I don't think the Cubs are going to. I don't think the Cubs are going to maintain
the Giants.
Oh man.
Well, if the Cubs don't, the Giants are 8-5, and they're 4th in their division. Then we get the Red Sox, and then we get the Nationals.
Okay, that's a good one.
And after that, we get a 4-game series against the Diamondbacks. That's another Pirate-y team at the moment.
Yeah, they had our number last year, though. They kept beating up on us.
They did, and they were bad last year too when they did it. Then Cardinals again, and Diamondbacks again, and then Brewers and Dodgers. That takes us in another series against the Giants to end June. That is a rough May and June schedule.
Sure is.
We might only get the potential to win 12 of those, roughly 30 games. That's if we win all 12.
Here's the thing, though. They are going to take some from teams they have no business beating. They will.
It
happens all the time. It happens all the time. The Orioles beat somebody good the other day. I mean, happens all the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen a lot. I mean,
last year the Reds snuck wins away from the Dodgers and everybody.
And we got rid of all those guys that helped do it.
That's true, but listen, it happens all the time. You go in for a 3 or 4 game series, the worst team will win occasionally.
I know. I'm not saying they won't, but man, that is a rough.
Cortland, you're saying this, but I see your bold prediction or your prediction for the Cardinal series.
Somebody's got to keep it up, but hey, man, it's just all optimism at this point. I don't really have much fact to go off of. But no. So, anyways, I'm going to jump back in. Where did you talk about India?
I talked about all the injuries. Yeah, we're ready for the predictions. Unless you have something to add.
I want to add something to India. Do you think they should sit him for a little bit to nurse the hamstring since we are trash at the moment?
Yeah, I wouldn't rush him back at all.
Well, I've heard that they might. There's a lot of talk going around that they're not going to keep him down nearly as long as they should. Yeah. And that scares me because I do not want him to get hurt. And like you said, a concussion thing with Stevenson, another one of our great young players. India is basically the face of the franchise from here on out. And if they screw him up, then I don't know. I don't know what we would do. But yeah, so I'm kind of nervous about that. That will develop, and I'll be excited to hopefully speak better about it in a later episode. So, all right, back into the predictions. You go right ahead because you've already seen mine.
Cardinals are coming to town. Mm-hmm. My initial feeling was to say the Reds are going to get swept, but that's not fun. And that's not what I want. And I do think that they've had this off day today. They had the long flight back home from the West Coast. I think they're going to be fired up.
Okay.
Especially playing at home. The first weekend series, there should be more fans in the stands. I think they're going to win 2 of the 3. And I know
bold for you.
Oh, is it, Cortland? I've seen yours. But I do. I think they're gonna win 2 of the 3. The Cardinals, let me pull their stuff up. Hang on. They have been beat by hang on. Sorry, I should have had this ready before we started the show. They got beat once by the Pirates.
Okay.
They got beat twice by the Brewers, and they're getting beat by the Marlins right now.
But the Brewers are good.
Yeah, but the Marlins, I don't believe are, and the Pirates definitely are not. They only beat the Royals by 1.
Okay.
Let's see here. Well, yeah, they've shut a lot of teams out. They've shut the Pirates out once. They pretty much shut the Brewers out twice. They only gave up 1 run in 2 games there. And then they only let the Marlins get 1 run in one game, 0 the next, but they gave up 5 today. So 5 so far.
Yeah.
But I think they'll take 2.
Okay. And you know what's so funny? When I first read these notes today, you put that first part says my initial response was to say they get swept. I was thinking you meant the Cardinals because guess what my prediction is?
They're going to get swept.
They're going to get swept. And I have it 3 times in the notes. Sweep, sweep, sweep.
Sweep, sweep, sweep.
This is where the Reds come back into the fold, and they will do it with great pitching and a resurgent batting effort from the entire team, not just a couple people, from everybody. So I think your 2 out of 3 comes from the pitching matchups with the first 2 games that are pitching against us. Those guys are kind of trash. And then you got Wainwright finishing it off, who's very good. But you know what? I think Lodolo is going to just absolutely shut him down in that game. And then the bats will come alive against Wainwright because we've seen him more than the other guys. And that's where we get the 3rd win. So 3-0 in this upcoming series for the Reds. And this is where it turns around. And we will probably go on a, 20-game win streak after this.
It's pretty optimistic.
It is. But yeah, that's me. They're going to sweep. So what do I get if they sweep?
What do you want?
I don't know. I have to think about it. You should put out a poll as to what I should get.
All right. What reward should you get?
Okay. So we got another comment here. I can't pull it up, but you want me to read it?
Here. Adam says 1-2 against the Cardinals. It's realistic, and the Cardinals play us tough at home. That is realistic. I agree. I'm trying to be a little more optimistic.
And I'm trying to be even more optimistic.
Trying to cling on to any hope that I can.
All right. So I did not watch it this last Friday because it was at 10 o'clock at night and I was very tired. But the next game tomorrow is on Apple TV. And it will probably be one of the last free games that they play, I'd say. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that says when they're planning on including it in the subscription price for Apple TV Plus. But gotta stop doing that. You're going to make me lose my train of thought every time you do it. I want you to dance like that. If they sweep, I want you to do that on camera. That was a great idea.
All right, I'll do it. All
right. And you got to shave your head.
No, I'm not doing that.
But anyways, if you have not got to watch one on Apple TV Plus, especially where it's going to be the Reds, it's the last one that they're on, I think, for the season for that service.
No, it's for the first half. They only released like the first half schedule.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be for a while. But the metrics on the Apple TV are great. Also, the camera quality, for whatever reason, don't know why it's any different.
Elite.
But it is elite. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So treat yourself, get some popcorn, maybe some peanuts and Cracker Jacks, and watch that game on Apple TV tomorrow night is it 7 o'clock game?
I think it's 6:40.
I'll check. Cardinals.
Adam says the season's a wash, so you should add a trade deadline segment. Talk about who might go, what prospects you might be able to acquire. That's not a bad idea. It's also very depressing to think about.
It is. But that would be a good one. That'd be because I think after we go through a couple more series, that's going to be a very realistic topic to talk about.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that might be a good segment for like late May or something.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you. Adam's our producer.
Yep.
Now he is. He has no idea until now.
Yeah, throwing him in the notes at the end. All right. So you got anything else to add?
We will have another series preview for the Padres series go up probably Sunday or Monday. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for that information. Like, subscribe, share, review, tweet, all that stuff. And thanks for watching. It's been, even though the Reds are bad, this is fun every week. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking with you, Cortland.
It much more palatable. That's for sure.
I enjoy talking with you about the Reds. I enjoy talking with the people that tune in about the Reds. I enjoy interacting with you all on social media about the Reds. We will get through this. We will get through this together, you guys.
It's like a death in the family.
I know. It's like what all the people said when COVID started. We will get through this together.
Yeah, we're gonna flatten the curve, guys.
We're gonna raise the curve for the Reds.
Yeah.
We're gonna raise the curve.
They're flattening it themselves.
Yeah, they flattened it. It's flat. Deadline, or what's it called? Flatline.
Deadline. It's deadline.
It's deadline. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all this weekend for the preview video, and then we'll see you again live next Thursday at 8:30. Cortland, anything you want to add?
Nope. Again, like we said, like, share, and subscribe to keep up. And again, add comments to the stuff that we add that is not live, and give some input, because we love hearing from you and we love seeing what we can change and do better. So,
yep. And don't forget, starting next week, this turns into a Barry rewatch podcast. Okay.
Yep. Justin will shave his head.
No, I will not.
With the cards. Let's go. Let's go, Reds.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye.
See ya.